Nice enough to let Sam Peachy fly.
Well, I'm one of the
I'm
one of the volunteers here, and we make all the sandwiches for everybody. So I'm in the kitchen working really hard, making sure that the show goes well. And along Peachy here is a good friend of mine, so we just let him go ahead and take it up. We threw a little smoke system on it, so maybe he'll pop that for you today. It has a Rotex 447. I'm ex-Air Force, Air Force Rescue. So we call the airplane that came out during the election Al Force One.
Don't have him.
We thought it had a little kick for it with one passenger, and me being Al, it kind of worked all together.
And that is the Kolb Firefly.
Yes, it is the Kolb Firefly.
How long did it take for you to build it?
Well, I actually bought a quick build kit that somebody purchased and passed away, and I got it through an estate sale. I got it like the Barnstorm Finder. I never flew. I built it, put it together, painted it, and was flying in about 8 weeks.
So did you do that in your garage, or?
I did it right in my garage, right in my shop.
I'd say don't do it in your basement like that NCIS guy did, because how do you get the boat out?
Yeah. How do you get it out? I remember that.
Yes.
He got it and couldn't get it out.
And you know, it's so funny because they kept building these boats, and they never show how they got them out, but he had different boats.
Isn't that the truth? Right?
So you built yours in an actual garage door so you could open it up and take it out.
20-foot garage door.
So in 8 weeks, you were up and flying.
Yes, I was. And then being rescue and all that, I had to put a little sticker on the side like rescue, so you know where to find me, like that would have been an issue.
Sure. Now, I see you have dog tags. Are you former Air Force?
Ex-Air Force.
All right, well, there you go. Me too. Former Air Force. I don't say ex. I'm former Air Force.
That's true.
We're still in the Air Force. In fact, you with the Alf Force One, people think you're the commander-in-chief here.
Oh.
You the man. You the man.
I was actually assigned to the SR-71 rescue.
You were?
Egress system specialist.
When did you go in and when did you get out of the Air Force?
I joined 1975. I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, Kadena Air Force Base.
We know what those SR-71s were doing, don't we?
Oh, what a bird, huh?
What a bird. It was interesting because when I was in the Air Force, I went in 78 and got out in 83. And on one flight, we were flying from Pease, New Hampshire, over to Mendenhall. And we were on a KC-135, and they were refueling a flight of F-111s over. And I'm laying there on one of the plexiglass next to the boomer, and I'm taking pictures and enjoying it. I was a young kid. And he said, he listened to his radio. He said, I'm sorry, you'll have to go back in your seat. You can't watch this next one. So I said, well, okay, you know, following orders. I'm a good airman. And so after they let me come back up a while later, I said, can you tell me what's going on, or is it classified? He goes, no, it was just a Blackbird. You couldn't watch the Blackbird being refueled. So we were somewhere over the North Atlantic at that time in a KC-135 refueling an SR-71 Blackbird, and I
take off every time.
I couldn't watch it.
Oh my Lord!
But I did get to watch a bunch of F-111s get refueled on the way, and it was pretty neat.
We called the SR-71 in Okinawa the Habu. The Habu was a black snake that we would have the Habu and mongoose fights, and the GIs would go out there and do a little fun gambling type of thing back in the 70s. Well, the Habu, if it bit you, you had about 5 minutes. So over in Okinawa, we thought that would be the perfect name for the Blackbird, being a black snake, the Habu,
the
deadly bird.
So what we're seeing right now is the Air Gyro AG-15, 915 gyrocopter landing. That's the Air Gyro 915. They're in LP-30. Richard Lanning, I think. Is that correct? Richard Lanning is piloting that aircraft. Richard Lanning, LP-30, in the Air Gyro 915 gyrocopter. What a good-looking bird. It's got wider wheelbase, wider horizontal stabilizer, dual tail booms, more shoulder room. They've got extra 8 inches between the seats, which is a real comfort advantage. I don't know about you, Al, but I kind of like having 8 inches between the seats. How about you?
I wish I did sometimes. You hit that 45 age, I'm getting wider by the minute, I think.
Oh, no. So anyway, that's the Air Gyro AG-915 gyrocopter in LP-30. And gyrocopter flight training, blades over me, and they're based out of Sebastian Municipal Airport. They do gyroplane training, aerial services, aircraft sales, and drone training consulting as well. There's the C-Max taking off again. That's flythebeach.com, flythebeach.com. had some feedback. Sorry about that.
And anybody out there who follows the ultralights, my Facebook webpage is UL103. You can find Al Force 1 and many of them. We have about 5,000 members now in UL103. So go ahead, get on Facebook.
It doesn't.
Give us a plug.
What are you?
Throw your pictures of your plane on there and follow everybody. I think you'll really enjoy it. We have a lot of people out there, a lot of good friends, and we help out with information, build
so
information.
Let's get that correction. You want to say it yourself?
Anything else you'd like to know, even how to learn how to fly it, where to get information on how to fly it.
Well, we didn't know that. And since I don't even have you listed, there's a correction here. Hold on, we've got a correction going on. The C-Max.
It looks like we have Al Force 1 coming down the runway here, coming in for a landing. The red and white airplane. There's my baby.
Al Force 1 landing. Sam Peachy. I'm standing here with Al, the owner, and he's
What I like about this 103, it has a low dihedral, so it really gives you a true three-axis feeling. The high dihedral will always want to kind of like settle back in the center as you go into a stall. This will give you a good three-axis, which really helps on a crosswind.
So now, Al, I've got to ask, what's a dihedral? Because some people don't know what that is.
Very true, I'm sorry. That's why you're here. A dihedral is when the wingtips are higher than the center of where the motor is. So as the wingtips come up higher, that would create a V. That V is called dihedral.
Well, that makes it a lot easier and more comfortable to fly, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Especially in the crosswinds, you could actually use that rudder, kick the nose into the wind, and land in considerably good winds. I've had it up to 18, 20 knots and had no problem landing it.
It's up to you.
And a good
What I would do
solid
is put a
cross
booth number
component
on
of 12 to
you do on
15
that
had no trouble
card, don't
landing
you?
it.
Do you have any business cards you can put on in the net?
Sam Peachy's right here, taking off again in Al Force 1. Slow roll. That 447 in this lure, we're talking about 1 horsepower per 10 pounds. I get a climb rate of about 1,100 feet a minute with it.
That was the So I've got a correction I've got to clean up. Previously, when the C-Max was flying, I mistakenly said they were associated with flythebeach.com. Now, flythebeach.com are great guys, but the C-Max is actually parked and based out of the LSA Mall, and that's a Brazilian aircraft powered with the 912 ULS or the 912 IS, and it's got folding wings, and they are in the LSA Mall, and they're actually representing C-Max itself, the aircraft manufacturer. The C-Max is a 912 ULS or the 912 IS fuel-injected version, combining lightweight and analog instruments. Performance trim provides exceptional useful load, extreme versatility, and powerful performance. Flying an amphibian. They start at about just under $150,000 for the C-Max, and that can be seen at the LSA Mall right across from us. You just saw Pipistrel Virus SW landing. I believe that's Rand Fulmer flying that aircraft. And Pipistrel is in booth 4. Pipistrel LP number 4. This is the Sling TSI. The Sling TSI, another absolutely gorgeous aircraft on display here at Paradise City 2021. The Sling is powered by a 915 IS fuel-injected engine, and they're in booth LP21. They're associated with Midwest Sky Sports here. Midwest Sky Sports from Tuscaloosa Airport. They're in Cairo, Michigan. Henry Rise is the owner of Midwest Sky Sports, and he's the current owner and Midwest Build Center. The Air Gyro 915 gyrocopter firing back up. Air Gyro AG 915. The Sling is absolutely awesome. It's the Airplane Factory. Sleek design. Sling LSA, they say it's a real airplane, and I'll have to agree with them. Handles like a fighter and harmonized light controls. You can get the Sling 2 as a kit or the Sling 4 as a kit and the Sling TD. We've got some nice brochures for them up here. Very, very beautiful aircraft. But we're going to talk about the Air Gyro 915. Can I borrow that just for a second? We're going to talk about the Gyro 915, AG Gyro 915 that's right here in front of us. So let's talk about Gyrocopter Training Academy.
Yes, sir.
And LP30 and the Air Gyro AG 915. It's this white one that we see taxiing down right in front of us. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the aircraft itself, the shell, is actually a complete carbon fiber. The rotor system on it, the blades are full carbon fiber as well. This one has a 915 engine in it with the fuel injection, the IS. And like they mentioned before, the thing we find the best about this aircraft is it's wider. It'll be like flying in a 172. And then the wheelbase itself, if you have a little bit of a side load when you're landing, with that wider landing gear, it actually helps you out quite a bit compared to some of the other gyros that we have out there. But we have Rich Lanning is our CFI that's piloting the ship today.
Do we have anything on that
He's
carbon?
a retired Navy guy. Obviously, he was a sub guy, though. So we put him in an aircraft at this time. What else we got? Like you mentioned before.
Cruise is about 90 miles an hour for the cruise. There's Sam Peachy, everybody. Sam Peachy waving it to the crowd.
So at cruise speed, about 110 miles an hour is usually where I put it at. But anything in more than 110, you start getting some of the vibration in the rotors.
So how many folks do you train a year out there at your Flight Training Academy?
Actually, we haven't even opened up the Flight Training Academy just yet. We've been training a little bit this past year, but our grand opening for Gyrocopter Flight Training Academy is going to be the 7th of May in Sebastian, Florida, X-26.
Excellent. Sebastian, they do a lot of skydiving there. I've flown Sebastian before. It's nice. So I understand, too, that this Air Gyro AG 915 has a wider horizontal stabilizer, dual tail booms, more shoulder room, 8 inches between the seats, and that's good.
Absolutely. If you get in some of these other gyros, it's like flying a 150 where you're shoulder to shoulder. But this one here has a wider range. It's a little bit higher as well. So the guys that are running 6.2s to 6.4 can still get in there without bumping their head on the cabin.
So I'm 6'3", so I can fit?
You can fit, absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. So I understand, too, the engine compartment is partially open, so that reduces the heat up of the engine?
It does. It has 2 air ducts at the top of the cabin that allows the flow of air to go down over the top of it. And then the air inlet on the side that you see, the one that's on the right-hand side, ducts air through intercooler. And then the one on the left-hand side, we put a ducking in there for the turbo. So we're throwing ram air down through the turbo.
Excellent. Now, I see here he's doing the pre-rotation of the rotor. Can you tell the folks what that means?
So when we were growing up as kids, this rotor works just like a pinwheel. So when you blow air through it, it spins the rotor. So what he's doing right now, we have a mechanical pre-rotator, and it comes off the engine. So when he pulls the lever, it tightens two belts up, and it starts to turn a flex shaft in there, which will turn the rotor. So we get that up to about, he'll put it there probably about 130 before he actually taxis on the runway.
So that'd be 130 RPM?
RPMs.
Okay,
yeah.
good. 130 RPM.
And then once he gets out on the runway, he'll shoot for around 200 RPMs, and then he'll pull the stick all the way back. It throws the rotors up into the wind, and it just forces that wind through the rotors and then allows the rotors to spin quicker.
So when you're flying, let's say I'm flying along at 60, 70 miles an hour, what is the rotational speed at that point?
Well, we normally keep it at about 4,600 RPMs, which keeps it nice and flat around 80 miles an hour.
Well, we've got some jet activity here. It's going to get loud with these jets in the air, isn't it?
Can't beat it, though.
That's for sure. So that's the Air Gyro AG 915. They're in LP30, Richard Lanning.
So just to give you some info, you know, I go to these fast meetings and stuff like that, and we normally give one free ride out, and one of the fast reps asked one of the guys and said, is your insurance up for the Air Gyro? And I was like, why would you say that? To be honest, I fly helicopters, airplanes, and it's one of the safest aircrafts that are out there. If we lose the engine, you just nose it down, pick a spot, and flare it, and it'll set down within 5-10 feet. When I fly a helicopter, you got to be on top of your game. Make sure you don't overspeed, underspeed. But this thing's always in a constant auto rotation.
Yeah, it's the same thing for these powered paragliders there. We want to really take... Paul. Richard Lanning here in LP30, and we are waiting for the Air Gyro AG 915 gyrocopter to come back. It just took off, and we were really talking about the more shoulder room because it is 8 inches between the seats. And one thing is for sure, you don't want to be rubbing shoulders on a long flight, do you?
Not at all. Not at all.
We hear the jets in the background here. They're getting ready for the big air show. I'd have to look and see what time it is, but they're going to shut us down. There they go. It's 10 till 11 right now. I tell you, that brings me back to the days when I was in the Air Force.
Nice.
I only get to see them now when we come to Sun and Fun, really, or we're up in the Tampa area.
What'd you do in the Air Force?
Electronics.
Oh, nice.
Electronics.
I was a Apache guy in the Army.
Excellent. My father was a full colonel in the Army. My twin brother was a lieutenant colonel in the Army. My brother David was a sergeant in the Army. I decided to go Air Force so I could have a job when I got out.
Right?
Plus, I wanted the good chow and have weekends off.
You were thinking. That's for sure.
Well, I was lazy. I was a young kid. Whoa! I'm surprised that we have a green flag out right now, to be honest with you. He flew right over us. That And with this noise, it's almost no reason to even try to talk.
Right?
But let me tell you what, I just love being here at Sun and Fun. In this case, Sun and Fun, Paradise City 2021. It's so nice to be back out and about. Everybody's been shut up and shut in for the last year. And here in Florida, we're wide open. Everybody is living life and enjoying life. We're blessed to be here in the sun, aren't we?
Absolutely. So Rich is on final. We bring it in probably around 60 miles an hour. And the beauty of this is if you pull the throttle, she'll go straight down. And we could do pinpoint landing with it.
How fast did you say?
60 miles an hour on the approach speed.
60 on approach.
Yeah. And then when you're over the numbers, you just drop the throttle out and she'll settle.
Soft landing. I don't even think they knew they touched down. That's the Air Gyro AG915 gyrocopter LP30 Richard Lanning. LP30 Richard Lanning. Wider wheelbase, wider horizontal stabilizer, dual tail booms, more shoulder room, greater visibility, more ground clearance, and an engine compartment that is partially open to allow a cooler running engine. That's the Air Gyro AG915 gyrocopter in LP30. I urge you to go check it out. Beautiful aircraft.
All right, Paul, I appreciate it.
Thank you. You take care and have fun. Okay, we just landed. Was the Magni Gyro Orion. Magni Gyro Orion, and they're in LP10. That's light plane number 10. Magni Gyro LP10. And of course, the C-Max has just returned. The C-Max is in the LSA Mall. That's a Brazilian aircraft with a 912 ULS or the 912 IS. It is a folding wing amphibian. And the C-Max can be seen in the LSA Mall right across from the headquarters tent. That's C-Max in the LSA Mall. I do.
Okay. Do you know what company?
LSMO. That's the Just Aircraft Highlander coming by right in front of you there. And Just Aircraft. Just Aircraft is in booth 20, LP20, Just Aircraft Highlander. It's got the big Tundra tires on there. I believe that aircraft was used during the Stoll demonstration. I did see it, right here, in the M squared.
We are screwed on the computers.
We're not screwed. Over there. Flightline Tours, everybody. Flightline Tours. If anybody wants to sit in comfort and cruise all around Paradise City and Sun and Fun, Flightline Tours will take you there, and it doesn't cost a penny. Flightline Tours, just hail them down and jump on. Just Aircraft Highlander. Just Aircraft is in booth 20, I believe. Yes, they are. Booth 20. Just Aircraft has quite a few very, very nice airplanes to come look at. And yes, Gary Schmidt's flying that. That's the yellow-black Super Stoll. Excuse me, not the Highlander. It's the Super Stoll. And the Super Stoll is the latest product from Just Aircraft. The Super Stoll offers superior short field and landing takeoff capability. New Wing has demonstrated a tremendous gain in slow flight capability. The unparalleled Stoll flight has been accomplished by incorporating self-deploying leading-edge slats and aggressive Fowler flaps. To complement the New Wing, we've installed new landing gear system that takes full advantage of a hydraulic strut with long distance of travel. No other aircraft kit manufacturer offers a comparable aircraft. The Stoll Super Price is about $41,800. That's Super Stoll, Just Aircraft. The Super Stoll has two 13.5-gallon wing tanks, 21-inch Tundra tires, and extreme brake package. You can get quick build wings to match the fuselage for $2,500 addition. And you can always get the Super Stoll Stretch XL. So you have to inquire about the Super Stoll XL. And everybody's all at Twitter thinking about the Blue Angels that should be arriving any moment. We haven't gotten word on it. Here comes the Sling TSI. And I'll tell you what, the Sling TSI is one gorgeous aircraft. The Sling TSI has got a very sleek design, and it's truly first-class travel experience. The Sling TSI's sublime and beautifully appointed interior features 4 executive seats in comfort. That's right, 4 seats in the Sling. In addition to the leather interior that you can get, cabin heating and ventilation's included for all occupants, not to mention carbon fiber instrument panel and a center console throttle, which adds an elegant feel. Effortlessly comfortable, superbly appointed, and finished with a forensic eye. It also has unrivaled avionics options, designed by pilots for pilots. The Sling TSI contains a selection of Garmin technologies designed to deliver a refined and connected flight. The advanced configuration of the Garmin 10.5-inch G3X Touch EFIS and a backup Garmin G5 electronic flight display delivers exceptional performance, reliability, and peace of mind. In addition, the Sling's TSI's Garmin standard avionics suite includes radio, autopilot system, transponder, and Bluetooth audio panel. Garmin's highly respected user-friendly interface replaces an abundance of information at your fingertips while providing unparalleled capabilities. That is the Sling TSI in booth 21. That's LP21. Very, very gorgeous 4-place aircraft. You don't see a whole lot of 4-place aircraft here in Paradise City, but there you go. The Sling TSI in booth 21 has what you're looking for. Okay, so I see some kids visiting today, and I have a goodie box. Who's the parents? So is it okay if I give them some goodies? All right, what's your name, big guy? Hold on. What's your name?
Caleb.
Caleb, where are you from, Caleb?
Tennessee.
Where in Tennessee? I'm from Tennessee. Loudon? Knoxville?
Loudon, Knoxville.
Excellent. I'm from Kingsport. That's not too far away. How about you? Hold on. What's your name?
Case.
Case. And how old are you, Case?
7.
Wow, you're pretty small, 7. How old are you really?
Good. 3.
3? Now, I believe 3. Hey, you want to reach your hand in here and grab one of these cool guys? Of course you can. If your dad wants one, you can get one for him, and if you want one for your mom, you can get one for your mom too. So do you see what this is?
A microphone.
It's a parachute guy. So you take the rubber band off, and you can throw the parachute.
Yeah.
Yeah? So are you going to fly when you get bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are you going to fly these jets or these propeller airplanes?
The airplanes.
Yeah, I'm going to fly the airplanes. I love the airplanes. Don't you like the airplanes?
I love airplanes.
Yeah, airplanes are neat. Well, I'll tell you what, I love Tennessee too. Oh, who is your granddaddy?
Tim.
Tim. And what about Tim? Has Tim done something cool that you want to tell me?
Tim Williamson.
Ah, Tim Williamson. Is that smiling gentleman right behind you here? Oh, Tim Williamson. I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
I got glasses. New glasses.
Yeah, you got brand new glasses, huh? Are they working good for you?
Yeah.
I got new glasses too. These are new. I like mine too.
And they're glass.
They have glass. They do. They have glass. And what's nice about it, if you put your glasses on, you can actually see, can't you?
Yeah.
Yep. This is the Autogyro. This is the the Orion. This is the Orion taking off right now.
I saw the airplane.
You got a what?
I saw the airplane.
You saw the airplane? It's neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I see you guys have matching shirts and matching shorts. My mom used to put me in matching shirts and shorts with my twin brother too.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, there you have it from another aficionado of airplanes here. This one is a 3-year-old going on 7. Superhero. Who's your favorite superhero?
Batman?
Batman. I kind of like Batman too. He's pretty cool. Batman is pretty cool. Where's your utility belt? Do you have a utility belt?
No?
No, you got it at home, don't you? Well, you're just a cutie. I'm glad that you're going to have fun, and you take care, okay, big guy?
Thank you.
See you later.
See you later.
Well, there you go at another air aficionado here. That's right. Getting close to time.
What do you mean?
We're getting close to time for the big jets to start flying. It'll be really loud, and the Blue Angels will be flying. We're waiting for them to come in. We're waiting for the Blue Angels to come in. Did you kids see this right here? Come over here and look at this. This is Otis. Come look at Otis. Otis is over here. Yep, don't pull him over though, be careful. That's Otis. He's one of our newest volunteers here. You can take a picture with Otis if you want. Yep, that's Otis. There you go. Taking a picture with Otis, one of the newest members of our Paradise City volunteer team. He's got the yellow hat because he's a first-year volunteer. Just Aircraft Superstol, Just Aircraft Superstol. They're going to be in booth 20 And that Just Aircraft Super STOL is piloted by Gary Schmidt, I believe. Gary Schmidt is going to be flying that. And the Super STOL price includes the Highlander package, 2 13.5-gallon wing tanks, 21-inch Tundra tires, and extreme brake package. You can really stop on a dime with that thing. Get quick build wings to match the fuselage for $2,500 more. Here's the Aeropract AE32 Vixen. Dennis Long is the man for Aeropract here in the United States. Aeropract Vixen AE32. Aeropract is in booth 26 if you want to go see him. That's LP 26. One thing I really like about the Vixen, the A32 there. I'm sorry. The Vixen has a huge windshield. If you look at it, the windshield and the side window, very, very large. Lots and lots of plexiglass. You can see a long way on that. It's got a very wide speed range from 30 to 130 mile an hour. And Dennis Long is the importer for Aeropract USA. It's got a 912 100 horsepower ULS or in fuel injected version of the 912 IS. It's got a 47-inch wide cabin, easy exit entrance because of those large doors, all glass basically. It's almost all glass on the doors. Just Aircraft in the Super STOL, just landing. Just Aircraft Super STOL and Dennis Long taxiing down in the A32 Vixen. That's the Aeropract Vixen. Dennis Long. That Just Super STOL that we just saw Gary Schmidt. Gary Schmidt's flying that Super Stol. That's the yellow-black Super Stol. There's a Zenith coming in. Thank you. Thank you. Probably because it was a static that was just not starting to fly. They're gonna next year. They're gonna register all the statics as well. So this Zenith right here, it's interesting. We're gonna look up the tail number here. Nancy 148 Whiskey Tango. Nancy 148 Whiskey Tango. Nancy 148 Whiskey Tango. I do not have him on my list, y'all, so that must be an arrival. Whiskey. Nancy 148 Whiskey Tango. Don't have him, but that's a Zenith aircraft. We'll have to check out, see if we can get information about him later. I think Dennis Long is coming on around with that Aeropract A32 Vixen. And we got the big guys in their Ozark Trail little wagon there, hanging out. They've got their juice. That's right. You like your little parachute, guys? Pretty neat, isn't it? So we got the big air show coming up today. The big air show is going to have a lot of activity. We've got the Blue Angels. The Blue Angels will be flying today, as well as a bunch of the Warbirds. And later on today, we're going to have the National Stol demo again. And we'll have quite a few folks like John Young, Amir Barani, Cameron Simmons, Jay Stratford, Jay Jolly, Tony Zorn, Sheldon Hetherington, Warren Goblar, Andrew Paltry, Bobby Kerr, Frank Mann, Gary Schmidt, Chris Ewan, Jaden Newman, the 18-year-old female that's doing so well. And then Steve Henry, some call him Studley Steve Henry. He's the one that everybody's gunning for him, and he did really well yesterday. I think he won big time. Hold on just a minute. This kid's tearing down. That's the Magni Gyro Orion arriving. Magni Gyro arriving. They're in LP10. Magni Gyro Orion with side-by-side seating. Quite a bit of visibility. Really, really nice when they're talking about the gyros there. They're out of Shannon Estates. Oh, I'm sorry. Shannon Estes is the pilot. Shannon Estes is the pilot, and they're in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Hold on a second. We have a representative from CMAX here. Aero Adventures. Hello, Aero Adventures in the LSA Mall. What's your name again, sir? Talk loud. Try it now.
That's better. Yeah, I can hear it now.
Talk
All
loud.
right. Yeah, I'm flying the C-Max, a SkyMax, or not SkyMax, the C-Max. It's the little LSA amphib that's been flying in here this morning and doing a few demo rides with it. We're affiliated with Aero Adventures out of DeLand, Florida. And the fella just walked away. He'd better be talking on the loudspeaker because he has all the information. I just started working for him. And basically his one of his pilots, and that's all. And, so we've got 3 different airplanes that he's marketing. The Adventure 2 with the 147 horsepower engine, just right across from us over here with the blue tint, red and white wings. And then the C-Max is on the line out there because I'm giving another flight here shortly. And flying off the water is a lot of fun.
I'll bet it is. It seems like it would be sporty at times.
Yeah, I got my seaplane rating way back in 1975. And I haven't done much with it over the years, just a little bit. And I've been anxious to get back into flying off the water, and this is an opportunity for me.
Now
to
you're
do
doing it a bunch, aren't you?
Well, a lot more than I was, and that's the thing.
So everybody can go see them. They're right across the street, basically, from the headquarters tent in the LSA Mall area. So when you're looking for the Adventura, it is the white seaplane with red trim, and they also have the C-Max over there, which is an all-white
Yeah,
C-Max.
C-Max is on the line right now.
And it's on the line. I think
Right.
it'll probably be taking off.
Getting ready
I
to take
would
off here
imagine.
pretty quick.
And
And,
we're going to be shutting down everything here pretty soon because of the air show.
Yeah, we got one more flight, and then it's going to be air show time. And our other airplane, Montier, is just up past that white tent right there. It's a tricycle light sport airplane, and that's part of the company too, marketing all 3 airplanes.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Montier is a LSA with the Rotex engine, and very roomy, 2 place side by side, very roomy and very fast, like about 130 mile an hour, 120 knots, 115 knots.
Wow.
So it does a pretty good job. I appreciate the opportunity.
No problem. In fact, any time that you're flying over there, please have someone come over and we can talk. Own company in the LSA Mall, and we just didn't have that information. So now that we have it, we got it all straightened out. And I see Al is here again, the owner of the Alf Force One, and also he is a volunteer that helps make the sandwiches and stuff for everybody, right? So I don't know if Donna said it or not, but we like those peanut butter and jelly. Keep them coming. We like the peanut butter and jelly. Keep them coming. They've been doing a great job giving sandwiches out, turkey, ham, cheese, things like that.
We have made upwards of 2,700 sandwiches a day for all the volunteers that need this.
2,700 sandwiches a day, Al is telling us, as we see Dennis Long taxiing by in the A32 Vixen, A32 Vixen, I'm sorry, the A32 Vixen. That's the orange Aeropract. They're in booth 26. And the Just Aircraft Super Stol And behind him, the Breeze 2. Excellent, excellent, Austin. So I just had a father come by and tell me his son is out doing well. He was a previous student a long time ago. And there's Sam Peachy in the Alpha Force 1. That's Sam Peachy, everybody. Crowd pleaser. Yes. And we've got Evolution Revo in the Revolt. I will. Yeah. Okay, so I'm keyed over it. When do you think I should start playing it?